Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. But before we fully jump on in, I just want to let you guys know that time is running out to be a part of the giveaway over on Twitter to get a free DCENT wallet. Go check it out if you guys haven't already. And for those that do want to possibly go and buy a DCENT wallet, I'll have you know that we have a link for $30 to $100 off on your purchase. Go check out the links down in the description below, as well as in the comments below, to get your cold storage today and secure your crypto. Because remember, not your keys, not your crypto. But with that being said, let's talk about some very, very important things. We talk about crypto quite a bit on this channel. In fact, we talk about crypto all the time, every single day, nearly 24/7. One thing is very clear. Can you guys guess it? Oh yeah, that's right. A new system is rising. And this is going to disrupt every aspect of life. Every single major industry, every single major sector will run on digital rails. We are seeing the rise of the Internet of Value, the rise of tokenization, digitization. Every single aspect of life is going to be disrupted. And here we have the Financial Committee discussing plans for regulating digital assets. They're even saying the Howie Test is not fit for the purpose of determining whether many digital assets are a security. Committee Republicans are committed to fixing this in legislation as we work towards clear rules of the road for the digital asset ecosystem. And yes, as we look at what Gary Gensler is doing in terms of his enforcement approach, it is driving capital outside of the US. But also, you got to realize that we are utilizing the Howie Test. This is the worst way that we could regulate crypto assets. I've talked about this. We are utilizing 1940s laws to justify regulating a new and nascent asset class. Listen closer to this video from Warren Davidson. One second, I just realized that I do not have my Twitter unmuted. 1 second. Here you guys have it.
What is a security? Gary Gensler will say, oh, it's so clear. We have the Howie Test. It's not clear at all, which is why he says, come in and talk to us. And company after company comes in and talks to him, including FTX, and they either don't detect things like they didn't on Celsius and who knows how many others, or they do things that just endless discovery for years in some cases, and they never get around to definitively saying, nope, this is a security, or, hey, here's a no action letter. Only 3 no action letters. So it's really driving capital outside of our markets. We have to make a bright line test that everyone knows, not just the innovators and investors, but the regulators themselves.
And, it is true, right? We have Gary Gensler parading around saying, hey, the laws are so clear. That's why we need you to come in and talk to us. Like, he knows what the SEC is doing. Listen, the SEC has been manipulating a lot of these companies, and we even do see down here from Johnny Deaton, I agree, but please know, if you apply the Howie Test strictly in the matter articulated by the Supreme Court in 1946, crypto assets, certainly the top market cap crypto assets, fail to satisfy Howie. The SEC has publicly admitted that it ignores the common enterprise factor. So yeah, as we look at the Howie Test, it is not clear. It's not clear at all. And I would argue that the SEC saying that, hey, the Howie Test is the law that we need to utilize. It's the worst possible way to regulate crypto assets. And not only that, but the enforcement nature from the SEC is outright disgusting as well. Now, like I said, we are seeing the new system rising. We even seen in the past as well around many documents. Shout out to ISO 20022. Let's do it over on Twitter. But we do see Ripple mentioned in decentralized energy systems research plus smart cities. For the longest time, we've actually talked about on this channel smart cities with Hedera. With Hedera, the interesting thing about what Hedera was trying to do, they were trying to build a smart city with Australia. Don't know if they are still doing that, but a lot of what we are seeing coming from most of these documents is the discussion of how large the Internet of Things will be and the Internet of Value, things like that. We also do see a smart grid concept. This is where everything kind of runs on one massive network, or I should say a DLN, which is going to be a distributed ledger network of networks. Those are going to include many DLT technologies. We actually talked about this with Quant and how Quant could play a vital role in that, but almost every single thing that we know of will be tokenized and tradable. Very similar to what I've said even with data, how data is becoming the new oil. I do believe that data itself, tokenizing data, is going to be a huge use case. That's also why I love DAG Constellation. But over here we have permissioned, permissionless, permissioned, and even permissionless again. We do see under the permission tab, Core to Network and Ripple are mentioned here, as well as EOS. And then there's some other tokens here as well, as you guys do see. And these are the types of blockchains. They even break it all down. They talk about how blockchain advantages that are worth mentioning are more so centered around like the typical nature of blockchain technology. But then we also do see a few things around the energy sector being mentioned here, and how decentralized blockchain technology supported by the Internet of Things is thus opening new possibilities to the transformation, as IoE networks are very dense for a cost-effective deployment of BC-based IoE networks. A layered architecture has been implemented similar to that in a smart grid, meaning that this solution provides maximum versatility for potential expansions, and developers can substitute or even install any new module without disrupting the rest of the infrastructure. This is why, as we focus on blockchain technology that can support this, and as we focus on a lot of these networks, every single aspect of life is being disrupted, even down to energy and utilities and things like that. Like, this is the future. And again, we always talk about tokenization of currencies and things like that. We recently just seen James Wallace from Ripple at the Digital Pound Foundation discussing options like tax at point of sale, controlling funds, streamlining payments, and other features for the digital GBP and CBDCs. CBDC stablecoins can use the XRP ledger for border payments. Shout out to Digital Perspective for this. I'm not going to play the video. It is over 11 minutes long. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. But we do see CBDCs being mentioned here, e-CBDCs, and even stablecoins, and then cryptocurrencies. Not all digital currencies are created equal, but will coexist. Forms of digital money. And this goes in depth on a lot of things. If you guys do watch the video, there's like so much happening. But overall, in terms of the digital pound, there's still quite a bit of things that need to be in place. Regulations are definitely a big one. That's why when we focus on the initial point of the video over here, talking about regulations, yeah, we need to get rid of the Howie Test. We need to stop regulating crypto assets by the Howie Test, and we need to start putting into place actual regulatory frameworks around this new system that is being built out. And I do believe that Ripple is becoming a big name behind most of this, as it is labeled on almost every single PDF file. Even going over here, shout out to Dwight Snoo over on Twitter, but we do see Sterling Finality Payment System, FNPS, due to go live in September 2023, this year. FNPS shareholders and Ripple partners include Santander, BNY Mellon, CIBC, Credit Suisse, Muzhou Financial Group, MUFG Bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. State Street Corporation and UBS. By the way, State Street, highly suggest you keep a close eye out on what they are doing. But here you guys have all of the announcements from Ripple and their partnerships. Very, very substantial amounts of partnerships in the past that a lot of people kind of just forgot about. A lot of these are talking about payment speeds, instant payments, solving problems around cross-border payments, all from these giant banks. Remember, we've talked about top 38 out of the top 100 banks are utilizing Ripple technology. And we do see down here, institutional DLT payment platform finality delays launch until Q3 of 2023. Blockchain leaders join forces to tackle inefficiencies in the global financial system to deliver interoperability between the overall applications out there and also major players. This is from R3. And then down here is the finality PDF file that mentions quite a bit of discussions by utilizing like DLT technology for efficient settlement. And here you guys have the DTCC project Ion live in parallel production environment. This is for that quadrillion-dollar plus settlement. DTCC's Project Ion, Finality, and Finium built on and collaborated with R3 Corda that uses XRP for settlement. And it doesn't use XRP, it can use XRP for a settlement. But I thought that this was very interesting because, again, as we do focus on things happening in the UK, a lot of what we've seen back in the UK in terms of what they're trying to do with their payment systems, Ripple's already mentioned in a lot of those PDF files. I would not be surprised if Ripple was a big player behind that. Remember, at the end of the day, Ripple has been paying attention to everything happening within the UK. They have been a part of most of it, and they are even a part of the Digital Euro Association, which is very similar to the Digital Pound Foundation, which they are both think tank corporations, or I should say organizations that are focused on building out specific use case advantages around a digital pound. And over here, this is more so centered on the digital euro. Remember what I said, tokenization, things like that. Everything that we've been discussing on this channel is happening, especially around Europe. We do see the Association of German Banks has been working on topics such as the digital euro, EID, ecosystem, open finance, etc. for several years. Check out their report focused on the tokenization of an entire economy and its implications. Things are moving rapidly. And like this has barely any views, 859 views. Nobody is even talking about this. Yet again, you know, these things get so overlooked, but I want you guys to realize that things are moving fast. And there's a lot of things happening around CBDCs, a lot of discussions with CBDCs and what could happen next within this economy. I'm telling you guys right now, we are about to see a major shift in the financial system. We have been paying attention to this for so long, and I think now, more than ever in the past, if you haven't not been paying attention, if you've been, sleeping at the wheel, now's the time to wake up, because even the BIS, central banks, all of them are ready. We even see our central banks and public authorities could also work to make traditional finance more attractive. How will they do that? Well, it's going to be by introducing CBDCs into the financial system that are going to also utilize crypto technology. All of this will utilize crypto technology, and it's happening so fast. All of the major players out there. Why do you think BlackRock recently made the announcement back in the summer of 2022 to get into crypto? Oh yeah, that's right. They see the value behind it. BlackRock also wants to tokenize $100 trillion plus worth of stocks and bonds. It is only a matter of time. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.